in the draft is gonna be.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, this time around, Itami. Let's make a quick guess. 2-1 or 2-0. 0-2.
To, looking at the first game dominance, I would say 2-0, but I hope Rayuga kind of upsets me because, it is an elimination round. So I kind of hope that even if whichever teams loses, they at least give out a good fight. That's what I want. But anyways, coming back to the drafting phase, the Kimi has been prioritized as the ban again. I'm not surprised because it was before, right? It was Team Divine Regime who picked out the Kimi for their side. It worked out quite well, but unfortunately, it was quite unfortunate, let's say, because. And let's talk about it later. But okay, Lafu Kabi going out with the bans, and I think it will be the regular bans like we did see before onto the game number one. It is looking out quite obvious, but this time Rayuga has decided to ban out the Kalea. It gave out quite some trouble. Moon Knight was the one who was onto that Kalea, and the execution as well as the tsunami slams were quite up to the point.
Definitely, and so it's a natural reflex to actually ban it out. But a lot of the respect bans you might be looking ahead. But this time around, let's see. Let's see what is it going to be. Matilda though, was the Matilda banned in the first game?
No, it wasn't. It was completely
Oh,
ignored.
oh my God! So why is the Matilda not getting picked up? Come on, such a good hero.
Mm, I guess
I
so.
yeah,
Um,
you
I
know
think
like
Lafu Kabi is just too focused on the damages. They're focused on the damages, and if you wanna have the damage into the mid lane, you wanna set right. I think that has to be the reason why they completely ignored the Matilda, and it really worked well for them. But it could have been good into the hands of Rayuga though. But right now they are banning away the Farsa here. I think Rayuga doesn't really wanna face a Farsa, I guess.
Yep, it's a very good pick into the hands of Zozo. Come on, it's Zozo.
yeah,
Yeah,
Farsa
man.
generally as well, actually. Like generally as well, Farsa has been doing
Mhm.
out quite really well onto this patch. She hasn't received any nerfs like onto the recent patch as well as onto the season change. So it is safe to say that she is still a go-to mid laner right now. And a Farsa ban as well as Zozo being there, it is quite expected. But I think Lafu Kabi, they have the first pick priority, and this time it might be a flex or they don't like Rayuga. They picked out a Chow, and didn't work out. So I don't think a Chow would be possible because he's situational. So they might be relying with a meta or a strong EXP laner. But okay, wait a minute. They don't want to give Rustin his Granger.
Granger, interesting. I into the hands of uh, Silver Cloud, it's just working out so well. Last game also he was getting targeted, but at the same time, Vishal couldn't get a pathway. He did, okay, he did reach up to the Granger, but it's less so much damage that he's getting stopped time by time. But this time around, what are they going to go? There's a glue open for Rayuga Esports though.
Oh, but yeah, it's gonna be too early to go for the glue, right? So they could go for the second phase. But then again, there are a lot of first pick potential. The Bucks are being banned away. The Lapu Lapu also gone. What could they go for? Okay, Phobia's Joy. Okay, this has to be one of the most comforts Ryuga has to be ever in, right? No Hayabusa into the hands of Chan, but instead it's gonna be the Joy first pick really. And the Phobia's on top of that, so they're just trying to go for a comfort pick as well as to deny the counter that Lafukabi could do again. But right now Lafukabi, they might eventually go for the last pick mates again because they want to see what Rayuga will be picking. So this time around, what will they go for?
Hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. What about you, Itami? What do
This
you think?
time, yeah, this time, they are not giving out Reaper his phobias as well. So it is safe to say they are respecting the pick, but okay. I kind of like Lafukabi's draft. Their drafting phases. One of the reasons why is because they actually do respect Zozo's mid lane. One of the reasons is he doesn't go out with the mid lane quite early, and it is, it is always like anticipated to see what mid lane he's going to be going with, and it is going to be, this time it is going to be a Ruby as well as an Alpha. So I guess it is safe to say that the Alpha is coming up onto the jungle, and Ruby can be a flex pick, but most probably looking at the buffs and stuff, I think this will be a Ruby EXP. Like against a Phobius, it can work out. And okay, Rayuga, they are going out with another situational kind of a mid laner. That will be a Lilia, a good pick against a utility kind of a jungler. Against an Alpha, it can actually work out with the bombardments, but if you are able to keep up with the itemizations.
This time around, let's see if the slows are really a problem
Um,
for the alpha, though, because it is going to be proving a problem given the fact that there is a Ruby as well. And Lilia late game, like you're talking about four items on her, she's going to deal some damage. But I want to see Ezekiel to play a little bit on his comfort zone, though. I mean, not trying to go in quite aggressively.
Yeah, and I think he can definitely go for the Valentina, but yeah, he go for the Lilia though. So once upon a time, he used to play a lot of Lilia games. So I think it's very understandable he's sticking to it, and maybe he can do something about this time around because the Katita really didn't work out because he's always read out most of the time when he's just trying to make a place when he's trying to make a lot of damage onto a hidden row, and the traps set by Mr. Zozo right there, and he wasn't having the best time of his life. But right now, Lafu Kabi, they ban away the marksman. So Rayuga finally taking away the Khadija here, not the Khadija, I mean the Matilda. It's very understandable though because it can the Matilda can go really really well together with the Alpha.
Yeah, acceptable actually, as well as a really good band coming up. As you said, the Alpha, he can be. I think this time Lafu Kabi, they will be going out with a support roamer. Rafaela is still an option, and the Florin is also there, so it will combine well with the Alpha, and they do have Lucky for it as well. So the sustainability is definitely there. So I think it will be depending upon what Rayuga will be going out with the roamers, because that will be deciding what the mid laner is going to be picking out from the side of Team Lafu Kabi. Will it be a burst kind of a mage, or will it be a continuous damage kind of a mage?
Let's see. Let's see. This time around, one last ban left. This would be targeted towards a roamer, possibly. But let's see what roamer could that be. What about Minotaur, though? Minotaur is also a very good pick right here. The Minotaur could go in with, yeah.
Oh, speak of the devil.
Yep. I mean,
Minotaur.
come on.
Yeah,
The synergy is there.
yeah,
The other three members that we are looking as of now.
definitely.
And I think the Minotaur does really, really well in the competition that can be a make or break. And for Rayuga, right, they really need a lot of crowd control. They are the one actually banning away the Gatot Gacha here. So the Minotaur was actually the last option for them. And Rayuga, they do not have it no more because Lafu Kabi already banned away. So what will their pick right now? Because the formation, it's just the marksman and the roam has to be such an amazing one. They need to have a physical marksman, but what are the options? 1-1.
Oh,
Huh,
one
interesting.
one.
Oh, the cat girl's finally here. Let's go.
Yep.
That's true, though. I mean, counting the joy as well.
I kind of understand why they picked out the Phobius for this side quite early. Because
Yep.
if they gave out the Phobius and they picked out the 1-1, it wouldn't have worked out at all. Because it's only going to be triggering his Infernal Pursuits more and more. But Lafukabi, they have the final picks coming up, and we will be seeing whether it will be, like, I do believe it will be a support coming up, most probably. But the mid laner will be one of the main questions. Will Zozo go out with a Kagura once again? That can be an option, but okay, that won't be apparently the
Oh,
case. The Kufra buff I was talking about, and this time they have decided to prioritize the Kufra. A good answer though, instead of the supports, it actually can be a good case because Kufra, you can be using him with the initiations, and for the front line, it's not just the Kufra. You have the Ruby for your side as well.
oh, look at that. The last pick. coming in from the side of Rayuga, they definitely go for the Tigreal. They needed a lot of set, and there we go. The Tigreal is coming into play. He has to be the one who's always initiating. But the problem is that there's a lot of ways for Lafu Kabi to try to cancel this out. There might be the Spear of Alpha. There might also be the Arm of Fended always spinning around, just trying to cancel it. But given the right position and given the right timing, I think this Rayuga has to make a setup for themselves. But the problem is that they do not really have an insta burst because for the Lilia, he's gonna be always trying to go for the bloom bursting instead of insta bursting. So they have to be a little bit mindful on the sets though. But their composition is really made to go for the mid game. But then again, a lane for Lafukabi against Rayuga. I think 1-1 is not gonna be having a good time against the Granger.
Okay. Tell me.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. But anyways, we are back on to the game number two. This will be the decider, or maybe the decider for the side of Team Lafuka, because it is the match point. The question is, can Rayuga come up with a comeback? So here we go, casters. Please take it over.
Let's go into the ladder turn. Here we go. Is it a option for Team Lafu Kabi to pick it away in a clean sweep or not? Let's see. This time around, Rayuga Esports opted for a early game Joy as well as Lilia, but for the late game, they're just gonna put everything on Rustin as well. Let's see how much farm he can actually get against a Granger. But okay, Granger with an early flicker.
Yeah, that was a flicker baited away, and I think it's gonna be a really, really good trade coming on for the side of Rayuga here. But when the Dead Sonatas comes in, I don't think Rustin is not gonna be having the best time that he really did. But a good position, a good start for both of these teams. But Moon Knight though, he
Oh,
was
okay.
actually looking for something that's there's nothing else yet.
That's true. That's true. So far, it's just the Phobius has to make sure to clear those lanes, go back to the team fights, and just like go about into the team fights. They just need that only. But as of now, no first blood coming in from both the sides. I'm curious to know if Rayuga Esports can actually manage to pop out the first blood.
Mm-hmm. And looking at the position so far for both of these teams, the turtle is gonna be under the focus here yet again. But look at the damage coming through though. The Tigreal was able to walk away, but the dawning light. Oh my goodness, what is that?
Oh. Okay. Rocco would be taken down. That is crazy to know. But Moon Knight trying to make a jump, but that will be Chocolate Chan with the retribution. Sweeps away the turtle. The Alpha Sweep is coming in for the EXP laners, but Vishal would be flickering out of the way.
Yeah, that's a flicker wasted, but for survivability, I guess. But then again, even with the mid lane Xavier, I'm shocked to see that Lafukabi are actually winning it out, and it has something to do with the Kurfa always available wherever he is needed, giving out the vision and not even letting the Rayuga Esports to try to go a gang onto the bot lane most of the time. And this is just what people are focusing on these days, because you really want to stop a gang from happening instead of ganking for yourself. So I think this time around they are actually doing just that. Looking at the position of these mages so far though, Ezekiel, let's just try to look for a fight onto the mid lane though, onto the bot lane.
Oh, let's see bottom lane if they are going to get a successful gank or not. Both of the teams are really there, but Joy though, Joy has eyes on something else, has to proceed towards his creeps and buffs as of now. It's just the early game, guys. They are just gonna do their own thing. But the level difference this time around, there is a EXP level difference between both of these junglers, and it's opposite. First game it was Shinigami who was leading. Second game it's Chocolate Chan. Let's see if they are able to keep up with this kind of a a snowball. But to the other hand, wait a minute, Reaper looking quite low. He cannot make a play onto the back line. Talking about oh wait a minute, Chocolate Chan jumps in into the tower trying to.
Oh!
Granger is successful in taking down the Granger, but Shinigami in the front lanes will be taken down. The bouncing ball is proving them to actually stop it out, but the push and pull coming in. There's a flicker from Zozo, but nah, he does not survive. Moon Knight next onto the chopping block, and he's getting chopped off. Hey, he survives despite the razor blades coming in from Lilia. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
Chocolate Chan? He's quite
Oh,
low.
okay.
Yeah, but still is able to take down the turtle apparently. And Rayuga, in terms of initiations as well as objectives, they are coming back slowly but surely. But I do believe, Lafu Kabi, they are yet to get their power spikes. So Xavier, he's more of a support here. And the damage one won't be there, but it will be giving out the space for that alpha to actually use out those spear of alphas. The Granger is not able to keep up with the farm as well. This time Rayuga, so slowly but surely they might be gaining out the momentum they actually need.
Definitely. I mean, they are here for the momentum and picking up a joy early game. They're just proving that they actually want it onto their hands. But let's see if they are successful in taking it or not. But onto the other hand, Rayuga Esports are on a lead by 1 kill on lane. It's not a big lead you're talking about, but it still matters. Look at them, all 5 members waiting it out. Oh, it depends on Rock. Oh,
Oh!
like the play implosion play. This is what I was talking about. Then Team Lafu Kabi getting caught off guard. There comes the Moon Knight with a little bit of a jump, but Wizard of Liz into the backlines dealing so much damage. Reaper though, he got melted.
Oh my goodness, a good implosion though. That was a really good flicker combo, but it only got one of the trades. Oh my, the dive that came up. Lilia using her black shoes, actually forced out to use her black shoes. So, Lafu Kabi, they're not able to find it opening, but Rayuga, they are trying to initiate much as possible. But the thing is, they could have been getting a better trade. 1-1, she is quite low. She doesn't has the purified, like the second skill, and she will be taken down out of the process. A good trade for that Granger, actually.
That's true. That's true. As of now, the objective-wise, it is there into the hands of Team Rayuga Esports. Given the fact that they have taken down the top lane tier 3 turrets, let's see if they're able to take more neutral objectives or not. The turtle is up. You're talking about this being the last turtle of this game. Will they be transcending towards the Lord, or they want to take it down?
Yeah, and they are trying to contest for the turtle. Both of the sides apparently, but Lafu they are going out for the objectives as well. But I don't think Lafu Kabi actually will be trying to contest for the turtle. Oh, Kufra just misses out his dive. But okay, Chocolate Chan somehow is able to take down the turtle. Trades haven't been done, but the concealed play has been coming out by the Tigreal. The initiation might be there, but okay, they have just decided to retreat it out. Oh, Reaper!
Damn, Rocco. Wait a minute. Moon Knight does get the push and pull coming in, but at the same time, there is a implosion. Okay. Rocco with
Oh,
the silver fence, but
barely.
he
Darling
could not
light.
darling light. He could not evade that. But okay, it was a good attempt of actually escaping. But this time around, Lafu Kabi are clapping back. They want to make sure they are getting the same kind of a domination that they lost into this game. This time around, look at them. They are pushing it down. They are letting Reaper come into the EXP lane quite often. But will Rustin be caught though? I don't think so. No, no, no.
Nah, not yet actually. Lafu, it's even if Rayuga were winning so much in terms of objectives, they are almost able to keep up with the goal lead. That's one of the main, commendable things I would say from the side of Team Lafu Kabi coming up. They just need a good initiation. And another thing is the Kufra is doing his job, but for some reason Reaper is not able to find his opening out somehow. And if he's able to do so, then it might actually be a cherry on top. But Chocolate Chan, he might be coming up with those clutch retribution seals. That did happen with the first turtle. So far, in terms of the objectives as well, it is Team Lafu Kabi who has more of an advantage because of the two tower advantage onto the side lanes. Oh my god, there might be an initiation coming up. Look at the burst coming up from that Lilia.
This is what I'm talking about. The slows from Lilia is really proving them out. But
Oh,
taste of the hook though, but at the same time they are more interested. Oh, there we go.
oh no.
There's a stun coming in, but Rustin doesn't have to use up his ultimate given the fact that there is a trick drill right in front of him helping Rustin. Let's see Chocolate Chan with the split push as well. You're talking about The Lord coming in, Moon Knight already there, but he doesn't have backup
Oh,
though. He doesn't
Moon
have
Knight.
members.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's actually buying some time apparently. Oh my goodness, but this Alpha will be there for the initiation. Vishal actually doing a good job with that poking. If that Alpha was able to keep up, then Chocolate Town would have been going down. But this time, Rayuga Esports, they will be trying to contest for the Lord as soon as possible, and they will be getting it. So, even if the trades were baited, Kufra would have been using his strategy event somewhere else, but it got baited out, and Rayuga with another objective steal. Oh, the initiation has been. There is the initiation, and Rustin gets a kill as well as Vishal, getting a 2-0 for the side of Team Rayuga Esports. They just got the Lord, and two members from the side of Lafu Kabi have been taken down.
interesting game coming in from both the sides. Rayuga Esports with the Lord advantage onto their hands. Look at that. It is marching down from the top lane as of now. Will they be able to put up pressure? Because Chocolate Chan is definitely at the bottom lane, making sure that he will be giving the lane pressure. Lafukabi are losing turrets, left and right as of now. And they are waiting for the Granger to get that power spike. They are just waiting for the Granger to pick up a very comfortable spot into the team fights and dish out the damage, just popping off those bullets. But it's just not happening. It's just too much mobility coming in from Rayuga Esports. You're talking about Vishal, you're talking about Rustin, you're talking about Chocolate Chan as well. Look at that. The Wizard of Liz is already at the backlines and not even an area near them.
One of the reasons, like the initiation has been coming up from the side of Team is the Tigreal as well. Rocco, he is known out for his comfort picks as well as his initiations, and this time the Tigreal is actually working out wonders for some reason. The implosion plays are connecting onto two or three people and three people, and as soon as the initiation is coming up, they are getting the trades. So by far, when they try to initiate, they are able to somehow find out the advantage. But the question is, if if the mid laner is able to get his itemizations as well as the power spike as soon as possible, the scenario
Yep.
could be quite different. But the thing is, exp laner is Reaper is kind of struggling against the lineup of Team Rayuga Esports for some reason. Ruby couldn't be one of his comfort picks. That could be reason, but Ezekiel. Oh, there is the initiations coming up, and the burst as well as the bombardment has been used up. The flicker coming on, and there is the initiator onto the backside. There is the dawning light. Rustin once again gets the kill onto Reaper. Moon Knight goes down onto the process as well. A 2-0 for the side of Team Rayuga Esports.
Interesting. Look at that. Ezekiel will be taken down. That will be the Zozo for you. And on top of that, Wizard of Liz being targeted time by time. You just seen how a implosion was there onto him. But okay, facing the Wrath of the 1-1's ultimate. Double kill. Breaked up by a Rustin call. And in that process, Rocco would be also down. 4 members are down. It's only Zozo against Team Rayuga Esports. And he has to make sure that the inhibitors are standing strong as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess this time, oh, okay, there is the initiations coming up from the side of Team Rayuga Esports as well. The Lord has been already spawned up. So I think Rayuga, they will be focusing on to the objectives, and they will be trying to secure another Lord as soon as possible. And for the side of Team Lafu, it's only the inhibitor tower remaining. From the bot, it's completely open, and they will be able to get down that objective unless Kufra as well as Reaper do something in terms of the initiations. This match is looking pretty tough.
Oh my god, Lafu Kabi are being pushed back. The score's just double of them. Lafu Kabi as of now. Rustin Cole is all farmed up. This is what I was talking about. Early game, they just had to hold down with Chocolate Chan as well as Ezekiel. They did it. Now it's time for Rustin Cole to shine up. But from the side of Team Lafu Kabi, they do have a power spike of the late game. So it's going to be a tough matchup. Given the fact that you have a Xavier, you have a Alpha as well. Alpha is really good melting them down, but getting caught on by implosion is just not cutting in for him as of now.
Yeah, and this time, Rayuga, I guess if the lane sinking is up to the point, oh, Rocco comes up with the conceal. He might be using out the flicker as well, but he is not able to find that initiation, at least for now. So he will be losing out the conceal, but still he has his flicker. So the initiations might be coming up, but they are trying to go back. Moon Knight might be coming up with a dive, and he does it, but there goes the implosion as well as the initiations coming up. Shinigami is able to take down Rocco, but he goes down onto the process. That will be a monster for Rustin, and he tries to dive
Oh,
in. Zozo, they are trying their best to stop, but the base, the crystal is wide open. Team Rayuga Esports, they won't be falling anytime sooner,
okay.
and we are gonna be witnessing a game number three, Peachy.
Okay, okay. Game number three is actually happening. Interestingly enough, I am like, wow, the Tigreal